This is Joel Amamieye, a man that once shook the street of Lagos, Nigeria. They called him a robber, but he called himself a helper of the poor. After the Nigerian Civil War ended in 1970, the country was still in a lot of troubles. Armed robbers were everywhere and Lagos was one of the hardest hit cities. Among them was a name called Joel Amamieye. Joel wasn't always a criminal. He once worked as a personnel manager at one home company in Ikeja, Lagos. He was educated, employed, and living like a normal man. But working inside the system made him see how deep the corruption went. He saw how the rich stole openly, how politicians moved money meant for the people into their own pockets. So in March 1971, he took a bold and dangerous step. He joined a robbery gang known as the Dangerous Seven, one of the most feared robbery gang at the time. They stole money from banks, companies, and government officials. Their goal wasn't just to rob for riches. They wanted to hit back at the same system that had abandoned the common man. Joel helped the gang steal $28,000 from his own company. It was a serious crime, but to him it was a strike against the rich who had stolen from the poor without ever being punished. At the time, the government had had enough, so the government started a strong war against robbery. Soldiers were sent to search for every robbers in the country. Joel and 6 other men were caught and put on trial. This trial wasn't like a normal court. It was a military court, quick, tough, and very strict. By June 1971, they were found guilty and sentenced to die by firing squad. The place chosen for the execution was Bar Beach, Victoria Island, Lagos, a busy place where thousands of people gathered to watch. That day, more than 30,000 people came to see what would happen. Soldiers surrounded the beach. The criminals were tied to wooden poles. When it was Joel Amamiye's turn, he did something that nobody expected. He smiled and then he spoke his last words. He said, "I had no regret for stealing from the rich and giving back to the poor with my good friend and brother Dr. Ishola Oyenusi, who was the leader of the gang at that time. I had no record of buying any poor people, except the crew police who blocked our way. I am glad and proud of my job. There will never be people like us who stand against the politicians who steal mostly from the poor with a biro." Now listen, the way he went about it might not have been right. This is not to glorify crime, but let's not ignore the reason he picked up a gun in the first place. He saw suffering and wanted to do something about it. Even if the system called it wrong, maybe, just maybe, his heart was in the right place. This painting is not to praise what he did, it's to show why he did it.